Good afternoon. Welcome to Historic Haworth. Here we are. Yeah, and we're gonna talk to you about parsley tea today. But first of all, let's talk about plantain. I must admit, it's a absolutely delicious drink, and it's a drink I would and will happily have drink at least once a day. It's a very, very good drink. I must admit, yeah, it did clear up the phlegm. It did dry it out like it said it would, and I've had a lot less trouble with phlegm this week than I have for a long time. So yeah, I did actually use it in conjunction with the hyssop, taking a cup of plantain and then leaving it a couple of hours having a cup of hyssop, and it did actually really clear my airways. I must admit, very good. Right, so if you're having problems, that seems to be respiratory problems to do with phlegm, and that seems to be a good route to go. Right, we're going to move on to parsley. Humble parsley again. I just find myself like stunned, absolutely, literally stunned by something as simple as parsley. You can grow your own in your house, can't you? You can get it from the supermarket where you just cut it. Yeah, I've got it in a little plant pot. You cut it and take it and and use it. I must admit, I do like it deep fried. I stick it in a chip pan, and it's quite delicious accompaniment to fish and chips, I've found. If you want to try that. But anyway, we're here to talk about tea and the virtues of tea. So this is parsley tea. As you can see, this is what it looks like another medical sample. They all seem to look like medical samples, don't they? Anyway, I'm going to have It's strange. It's like, at first I thought it was smelling fish, but it's not. It's like, do you remember those little boil in the bag things, cod in parsley sauces? It's that. It's that smell. It takes me right back to my childhood. Those things, I don't know if I still do them, but we used to get these bags of like frozen fish and stick them in a pan. They're like sealed in polythene. And with the sauce and that, it just takes me right back to that. So that's a smell. Isn't it amazing how evocative smells are for stirring memories. In fact, this reminds me. I'm just going to have a little sip. So no, I'll savour. That's a nice taste. Now, it's interesting. I remember a long time ago, very early 80s, 1981 perhaps, and I came across this thing called called reality orient. I think it's called reality orientation. I think something like that. And the idea was that you could stimulate people's short-term memory by through the five senses basically, and it had been done quite successful. I remember going to see a lady at a place called Thornton View. Yeah, perhaps I should explain. I worked for the council at the time. I remember, and she was very successful with this. And so, for a time, I started where I worked with a few helpful colleagues doing this reality orientation. And it was amazing. Tastes, particularly things like mustard and that, would evoke memories. And I think we did see some marginal, slight improvement in memory loss. But yeah, this takes me right back to being a little boy and having those cods in parsley sauce, because you never got enough sauce, so the fish were a bit. Yeah, it could have been there for years, couldn't it? Frozen in those little packets. Yeah, I do like it. But yeah, so reality orientation, it did work. I mean, I remember mustard particularly being evocative and thought-provoking. you know, colours, of course, and music. Yeah. So, yeah. I'm not in any way suggesting Parsley will do anything for anybody's memory. Yeah. At all. So don't think that. I'm just made me remember that, which then made me remember about the reality orientation thing. I don't hear of many people doing it, or anybody doing it now, which is a damn shame. And I can't for the life of me remember why we stopped. But you know, I think we changed. I think actually we changed client group, didn't we? That's right. Anyway, that's by the by. You don't want to know about my life too much, do you? So here we go. Parsley tea. Right. It's it will clean your liver and your glands and your gallbladder. If you have a dirty gallbladder, you know. Yeah. Also, it's a tonic for your skin and your blood vessels, your arteries and your capillaries. It will tone them up, which I suppose can't be a bad thing, can it? It's also mildly antiseptic. So, again, these germs, you hear about them mutating, and don't you? Quite scary, I suppose. And then also, did I read somewhere? Did I hear this? I think most of our cells, most of the cells in our bodies are some form of germ. There's a lot of them, isn't there? A lot of germs around, little microbes, and it's a good idea to keep the nasty ones at bay. So mildly antiseptic. I mean, you don't want to be drinking bleach, do you? So mild antiseptic cup of parsley tea might be the thing. It's also quite a powerful antihistamine. It's good for asthma and headaches, allergies, and good for hay fever. In fact, it's one of the first things I would go for is a cup of parsley tea to, when hay fever season's coming on. Of course, along with the local honey that I discussed earlier on. But anyway, that's it really. Not much to say about parsley tea. It's got all these good qualities, and it just evokes that smell of, those midweek tea times, when the money were running out kind of thing, and we'd relied on the store cupboard, as it were, and it were like, or the pantry, we call it the pantry. They'd have been in the freezer. But yeah, frozen fish, caught in parsley sauce. My goodness, they did a nice butter sauce. I'm rambling, but you know what? Yeah, I'm just interested. I'm interested in this, and it's a nice hobby as well as he's getting older. Something like this. But my goodness, that is one I could. Oh, it's quite nice. It's quite nice, and of course, I don't need to remind you that this is part one of the what I'm calling the Scarborough Fair quintilogy. Okay, where we're gonna, next week. Well, I'll talk about next week later on. But first of all, I thought you might be devastatedly interested in the cheese update. I've finished a whole, like a kilogram of the Cornish yag. I'm about 3/4 of the way through a kilogram of sage derby, which is interesting because next week we're doing sage tea. But and also, I've just taken delivery of a kilogram of French brie. Yeah, I'm going to stick out. I am aiming to eat a kilogram of cheese a week, and I would say that. Yeah, I'm still at 20, and it's interesting that late at night, things seem, and things always seem louder, but it seems a little louder. I can get my telly down to 10, but during the day, I don't know if it's all psychological, but But then sometimes 20 can be too loud, so I wonder if it might be that the cheese is affecting my hearing. But anyway, that's that. Not 100% conclusive yet. I can't say, wow, my hearing's actually improved, but it does. Perhaps I was just, not using, not list. I don't know, not listening properly or something. Anyway, it's that's the thing. So, as I said, next week we're going to be looking at the second part of the Scarborough Fair Quartet, which is sage tea. Now, I do remember having it before. I've tasted it, but I've taken it before, and I seem to think I drunk it quite quickly. I think I've got 50 grams of it and drunk it within 2 or 3 days. I think it was a very Moorish drink. But that was when I was just back when I was on a total detox thing. Well, no caffeine. Yeah, I think it was no caffeine, no dairy, no wheat. I think they were the 3 things. Yeah, and it was pretty all right. But yeah, I wasn't doing it for the health benefits at all at the time. Well, the actual health benefits it's got. But anyway, that's it for this week. So next week, if you want to join me on the tea journey, get yourself some sage tea, brew it up, and we'll drink it together. All right, have a good week. I'll see you same time next Saturday. Cheers.